Good morning, everybody. Vaughn here, or whatever time of day it is. Oh, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, bedhead and everything for welcome to day 23 of a year of yoga. We're taking it super easy this morning. We're just going to start out either in easy pose or quite possibly cobbler pose. We might work our way up to cobbler pose. But our entire sequence today is going to be seated. So you could be sitting on the floor or on the couch or in your bed or in a chair. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Whew, excuse me. I'm still waking up. Just getting a little bit of a seated twist side bed thing going on. That's not even what I planned out. That's just what feels good. And I think that's a really good thing to keep in mind is sometimes, like, if you don't feel like following along with what I'm doing, do that. Do whatever feels good for you because that's going to be taking you, like, much more into the realm of yoga that's the most enjoyable. Something that feels the best on me today might not be doing much for you. So keep that in mind and honor it. Oh, yeah. I don't know why, but I woke up at like 4:30 this morning. Just wide awake. As wide awake as it gets, I guess, at 4:30 in the morning. And I'm glad that I did because it's been a beautiful, gentle thunderstorm all morning. So we're going to start out here in cobbler pose. So we have our feet, soles of our feet together. We can start waking up our legs either by flapping our butterfly wings or just bringing the tops of our knees, outsides of our legs up. We can do this on, we can say words. The outsides of our thighs towards the ground. And I'm just kind of tilting my sit bones back, kind of getting all the booty out of the way so I can be sitting like flat and square on my butt, letting me have a really nice straight spine. You could be propped up on some blankets or something as well. And I'm comfortable today just bringing my hands to my knees. I don't know if the camera's gonna or the mic's gonna pick up on the thunder, but it's thundering. I love it. I love a nice gentle thunderstorm. So we're gonna sit here for a moment and inhale and hold it for just a bit. And then exhale. Oh yeah, baby girl. Will you help me do yoga today? So it's very comfortable for me today to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 8. So from here, depending on how deep of a twist you feel is accessible, like I don't want us to be like full on exorcist twisting it around first thing. So I'm actually just going to start either by holding, I did have both of my hands kind of on the fronts of my knees. If I bring my right hand to the top of my thigh, I can start by just looking to my right. I'm going to inhale and exhale into and out of this stretch. So as I exhale, I can deepen. And inhale, we kind of unravel, unwind. And we can start easing this around. Like, bring yourself with the muscles in your torso before providing support from your arms. Like, you don't want to be wrenching yourself around. Then we can ease ourselves back into the center and do a little bit of a forward fold here, just wringing out that sponge. And now as we twist, keep visualizing that we are a spiral staircase, just growing up and out as we get into this twist. So that visualization might be helpful to you. Or you can visualize the same light that we were talking about the other day, growing out the top of our heads. It sounds like somebody's peeing on my air conditioner. It's just the rain, but it is just a constant single stream. And you may find it helpful to actually tilt your chin up a little bit and rotate, even with your eyes growing up and around. Or you could look over your shoulder to behind you. Coming back to center. Now let's just do some neck rolls. We can come in nice and slow, nice and juicy. I hold on to my knees because that really helps me to get a little bit more of a stretch through my trapezius muscles, I think that's what those are called. And you can actually almost, feel like, just like when we're in Warrior 2 and you're feeling that feeling of your fingertips being pulled wide, feel your elbows be pulling down to the ground, almost like the ground's a magnet and we are just solid metal, and it is pulling those elbows down. And that way, as we get into our neck, oh yeah. You can also hold your ankles in front of you. Excuse me, if that's a better stretch for you. And you can even, ooh, that's pretty nice. Oh, so nice, I forgot which direction I was going in. You can put your hands behind you. And this all just kind of tweaks which direction, like which fine tuning, which part of your neck you're stretching. So I'm actually gonna, that was a little too much for me. I just need to, and you can go nice and slow. You can go a little faster if that's what you feel like. And we can start adding more of our body to this neck roll, because we can start getting into our back and our obliques. A visualization that I really like for this one is whenever you see those time lapses of like a pea plant or some vining tendril just doing its corkscrew thing. It's kind of this always what that reminds me of. And then we can bring it back in and isolate it into just our neck again. And if you're starting to get dizzy, slow down. Now from here, let's start getting into some shoulder rolls. So you could, if you want, have your, like, kind of set your fingertips on your shoulders themselves so that you can really get a good feeling of it. You could even bring your elbows into it, but I feel like that takes the emphasis off of just those shoulders. And what we can do here is we can actually bring them just as far forward as we can, almost like we're trying to bring our sternum away from something. So bring those shoulders forward, and then we can squeeze them up, and then we can squeeze them back like we're posturing or something. And then we can bring them down. Again, that feeling of the magnets pulling our elbows down towards the ground. And having experienced kind of those 4/4 of movement, we can now smooth out, go forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down. And now we can go going from down to forward, to up, to back, to down. And we can start making a really luscious, juicy shoulder stretch. Ooh, yeah. And then we can change directions. And we can change directions again. And we could even alternate. And I personally really like this, and because as I'm pulling my right shoulder back, I can really be bringing my left shoulder forward. I do like to stabilize my hands on my knees, just because otherwise I feel like a T-Rex who doesn't quite know what to do with himself. So just having my hands on my knees gives me a way to isolate and even provide a little bit of resistance. And then we can change direction, start bringing our shoulders around from the back. And that can feel really good. Now also getting a little tight, ooh, through my cobbler pose, just sitting there like that. So I'm actually going to stretch my legs out wide, not as wide as I can go. We just want a little bit more, just a relief from just cobbler pose. And so in this position, I'm going to bring my arms out. And again, like how we were talking, pull. It's like you're being pulled from your fingertips. I'm going to bring my right arm across my body. Oh my gosh, this is so tight. And just breathing into that. I'm really getting a stretch across the back of my deltoid and even into my tricep. Like I am horribly tight through my neck, shoulders, chest, back. Like, because I spent all day hunched at a computer or crafting or hunched over something. And then we can open back up. Oh, yeah. And then bring the other arm across. I really hope I turned. Okay, that mic's on. I'm going to check and make sure that I actually turned on. Did I even hit record? Yes. Okay. Put it in reverse. Ouch, my knees. Okay. Sorry, just. There we go. And now, also with my legs wide like this, I'm going to pop it into a side bend so we can actually start just breathing and swaying from side to side. We're going to start getting our elbows involved. And you can, I mean, you might feel silly doing this, but oh, I love it. I love getting all wibbly wobbly. What's touching me? Oh, that's my mic. And so I don't want to just collapse here in the side. Sorry, my mic keeps touching me and it's freaking me out. So I actually want to lift my rib cage and then start coming over. Oh, and that gets way more of a stretch. You don't necessarily have to be like completely folded over to be getting the best stretch. You just have to be maybe providing support and making space, as well as a little bit of like a counter stretch, like not counter, I don't know what it's called, but like as we're stretching here, I'm also grounding through my left leg, and that's helping to pull on my oblique. And then we can come up and over ya to the other side. My back is so tight today. Oh no. And then we can come through the center. Oh, and come up. There we go. I really like coming through the center because I need to learn more about the connection between hamstring tightness and tightness in my lower back. But it really feels almost just as good in my lower back to stretch the old hammies as it does to actually stretch my lower back. So that's interesting. Now I am going to just point and then flex and then point and then flex my feet. Leaning forward, wringing out that sponge just a little bit. And from here, we can also try lifting our heels off the ground and also bringing our knees up. Just to kind of bring awareness to make sure we're not just locking out our knees. We can also roll our toes in and out. Just feeling like if anything's twingy or weird, don't force it. We're just exploring here to see if maybe something is twingy and weird, because that's something good to know about ourselves. Let's not forget our breath. And if you're having difficulty finding ease in your breath, then we can focus on making some ease in our breath. So if it's not coming very easy to you today, come up out of the stretch a little bit. Make enough room for your lungs to be comfortable, because then the rest of your body is going to become a lot more comfortable in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, coming back up, and we will return now to cobbler one more time. Kind of getting a stretch, feeling everything out. And from here, let's revisit this seated twist and just see how we're feeling compared to how we were at the very beginning of our practice. Has anything gotten tighter or looser, or was anything asking for your attention? Oh, that's probably my favorite side bend in the whole wide world right now. It's coming into the twist and then folding over. I really love holding on to my top of my right foot as I come in and stretch to the left. And then coming back up and coming around. I try to never let myself loose like a boing, like a rubber band under tension. I want that coming out of the twist to be just as controlled as coming into it. That is, of course, assuming I have any semblance of control at all. Sometimes on the laying twists and stuff, it's just gravity. Inhaling, exhaling into our side bend. Coming back up into that twist. And facing forward. That's it for us today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here for another day of a year of yoga. I'm so excited. Still, I cannot believe that, even, and I'm still of the mindset, even if I don't make it, even if we don't make it to a full year of yoga, we're on day 23, and that's pretty cool. Wow. I haven't gotten this far into a, for want of a better term, yoga challenge since I had done the 30 days of yoga with Adrian, like in 2016. So it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since I've really applied myself to yoga like this. And gosh, I really feel like I was doing myself a bit of a disservice to not be finding some way of incorporating even just breathing exercises daily. Like, it is the freest, most accessible way for us to, a little bit of self-care is to just focus on our breath just every day. Just even if it's just one breath, give yourself one intentional breath. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like it, at least. And it's surprising. It's like I got my darn lungs with me all the time. Why am I not doing this more often? If I had a good answer, I'd write a book and be a millionaire. But I don't know why I don't do it more often. But thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me. I will see y'all tomorrow. So until then, keep on keeping on. Mwah. Bye. Oh, now I gotta. Oh, God, ouch, my knees. Ow. Oh my God. Bye bye, guys.